patriotic colors, but you can use this video to learn how to make bows of any color you want. And you can get all of this stuff at your local craft store, or I got mine at Walmart. It doesn't matter. You're going to need some scissors, some ribbon in different colors and widths. You'll need a piece of embroidery floss or wire or anything to tie it with, an alligator clip. On the end there is my lighter, or you can use matches, or you can buy fray check. I just think the lighter is easier, and a hot glue gun, and I used a ruler. So let's get started. So I've already cut my blue strands with the little peak, and I didn't measure exactly. I'm just guessing here, cutting that little alligator bite out of it. And then I take my lighter and I don't put it in the flame, but I let the flame warm it up until the edge is sealed off. You can also use fray check. The center piece is cut at 4.5 inches, and then the two side ones are at 4 3/4. We're going to put them in a shape just like that. So I'm going to measure them out, or not measure them out, but get them straight how I want them, and then hold that down with my finger while I just lift the flap, put down some hot glue, lower it back down and hold it until it dries. And then we'll do it with the other piece and cross that one over so that the angles match. Glue that piece down and hold that one until it dries, and you will end up with a shape like this. This is your base for the bow. And then we'll get our red pieces, and I cut these red pieces with a straight edge instead of that pointy cut because I thought it would be a fun look. And they are cut at 4 3/4. So make sure you finish the edges of both of those, or put fray check on it and glue them both down. And then take your white ribbon, or whatever color you've chosen to contrast, and glue it down in the center. And we're basically going to build 2 figure 8s. So we will swirl the ribbon around. I'm keeping mine inside out. You'll notice what I mean when you start to make it. And then glue it down in the center where it crisscrosses over. Hold it until it cools or dries. And then make the same shape over here on this side. And then glue that down. And my white piece of ribbon was about 25 inches, I think, is what I bought. And we won't use all of that, but there's an approximation. Now make sure it stays inside out on you while you're twisting these around in your figure 8s. Glue them down, and then when I get to here, I like to measure where the center is, cut it with my scissors so that it will fit exactly. Finish off that edge, and then glue it down until you have a shape like this. Now for the alligator clip, notice how it has that bended part up top? That will be the side that touches the barrette. So we want to seal down the ribbon in the inside. It makes it stick much better in hair, and it doesn't slip out because it gives it that smooth ribboned edge. So I open up my clip and I put some hot glue inside. I let it close till it's not quite as hot and I can reach my thumb in. Then turn it over, wrap the ribbon around the top section, press it down, and then it comes to about where my thumb line is on the underside, so the clip looks like that. Then set that aside. Now to make the center of the bow, I have about 20 inches of red that I've already finished the edge on, and I will give it one twist. And notice, if this were double-sided ribbon, I'd be just fine, but it's not. It only has the polka dots on the one side, so I'm going to twist it twice so that the pattern shows, and then bring it under. And we only want to make the bow ears about as large as what will fit inside those figure 8s we made. So you take your strand of ribbon, you pinch it between your thumb and first finger, and then twist it and capture that in your other fingers. I know you couldn't see that, so let me show you in slow motion. So take your ear that you're making, roll it over into the length that you want. I'm holding the bow between my first finger and my thumb, and my third finger is holding it down. See how those are all in there? And then take the strand of ribbon, twist it just once, and then I slowly pick up my third finger, and now in between my first finger and my thumb, I'm now holding the bow with all the little ears that I've made on each side. So as I go to roll another loop to my bow, I'm going to do the same thing. This time I won't slow it down. You just give it a twist, slowly lift up your third finger, pinch it between your thumb and your first finger, just like that. And then you need to make, or you can make as many as you want, but I just made 2 bow ears, and each of them had an extra tail. Then take your piece of embroidery floss or wire or whatever you're using and turn your bow upside down. Have the floss in the middle of your bow. Always keep a finger on it, pressing down hard so that those twists you did don't come undone. Tie it once, then hold your finger down again and tie it twice so you have a good solid double knot. And then trim your edges of the bow to the length that you want them. I have mine matching the length of the ears. Fire those edges and then trim off the embroidery floss. For the center knot, I have a 4¼ inch piece that I have cut one end on a slant and finished that edge, and I'm just going to tie it in a plain old knot. But again, since we have the non-double-sided ribbon, I have to give it an extra twist so both sides show polka dotted. It'll look like this, and then we will take your bow, glue it down with a dab of glue in the center of your bow, and notice how it has that cute edge that we've cut in a slant and finished. Glue that down nice and securely, turn it over, put a dab of glue along the back, and then pull that little tail over it to cover right over that embroidery floss. It won't come undone once it's been tied in a knot and it has hot glue over the top. So there's your cute little center, and we will glue it to the other part that we made. And I don't like to push hard on the knot because it will flatten the puffiness of it, so I just grab it and pinch it on either sides of the knot. Then to reinforce, we'll put a little dab of glue on the backs of the bow, hooking it to those original ribbons that we did. I'll do it on both sides just to make sure it's all anchored down and it's not going anyplace. I will glue the white to the blue and then the red and white polka dotted to the white. Notice how your bow has a right side up where you've left the little pointy tail. So I like to do my alligator clips opposite each other so that I can put them both in like a pair of pigtails. So I turn it upside down, and on that center blue strip, the one that we put in very first, just take a dab of glue, run it across your ribbon, glue it down to the bow, and then just hold it on, careful not to press your knot, and it's all finished. Twist out your ribbon, get it exactly how you want it to look, and you have a cute pair of 4th of July bows.